Okay, I have to give you an introduction to this video. My son and others have been yelling at me about cannibalizing my business, giving away shit, and all of that. I am not gonna stop the videos at all. Never. But I unfortunately have to make some kind of stupid little advertisement. So please, consider taking a structured course. It's so much better than this little video shit sometimes, you know. Uh, so here's the video we're gonna make. We're gonna make a video that just shows you how to make a function to compute a payback period, which it's just unbelievable in a way. IRR is such a crap statistic in so many ways. I know you learn it in business school and it's got NPV and all that stuff in it. But at 20% IRR, if the stock price increased by 20% every single year, do you have any idea what that would really mean? The, we and we've got all these problems, especially with the country risk premium and everything else that just distorts this analysis. And so, you learn in business school that the payback period can't be used. You know, but the payback period, it has all these problems. Of course, it ignores the stuff. What happened to that one? Oh, great. Uh, but you know, none of these things are that good, really. Okay, I don't know. Shift Control R. Oops, didn't work. Shit. Okay, maybe that's a lesson for this one. Uh, so Shift Control 1. Let's put, okay, now if we want to get the IRR, there are a couple of things we can do. We could accumulate, so this is the cash flow. And then we can put the accumulated cash flow. And then we take the first one and then we add the second one to the first one. We just accumulate, Shift Control R. Now it works, I hope. And Shift Control 1. And then we can make a match. And we can just put equal match. And we can, oops. Of course I did it wrong. We can put 0. And we get that it occurs in year 9. If I put this one, let's see if Shift Control R works now. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, it worked. How beautiful. And then, but the real payback period is somewhere between here and here. If we really did this, we'd go to period 9. And then we'd say, okay, well, it's really 9 point something, isn't it? So we take uh, uh, the absolute value of this, and then we put this here. This is one way to do it. And then we can sum those two. And then we can say, okay, well, let's take this divided by this. So it's really 9.1, 9.14. So let's say we had 4% growth, and then it's 9.33, 3%, it's 9.55, and so forth. 2%, 9.78, 1%, Oops, it didn't work there. We'd have to go back. So it would be kind of a pain to compute these decimals. So let's go through the steps. Step one. Remember, it really. Let's talk about the stupid payback period. It's not that bad. It says, okay, we pay back all of our investment in nominal terms. You can even throw a discount rate and call it discounted payback period. You could put that in the function really well, easily. And then after everything else, it's an upside. It's not a bad way to look at risk. These arrogant people in these business schools that somehow got it into Excel that they can't even put a payback period in here are ridiculous. So step one, accumulate cash flow. I've had a glass of wine tonight too. Step two, well, maybe 2 glasses. Then find first value greater than 0. Step 3, then go back one and compute absolute value. Step 4, compute absolute value of the second. Of current value, I'll just say that. And then compute factor. And then step 5, 6, add factor to the integer. Okay, so easy. Now we're going to just select all this and call that a series. So let's make a new macro and just call it functions. And then stop recording the macro. Let's go to developer, go to macros. Let's look at the macro and edit it. Come on. And we'll put function payback and put in series. Okay. Now, then put the very first thing is find the number in the series. Now the series can be named anything. Can be named, I don't know. Can't think of anybody named Elvis. Okay. Now we put for I equal 1 to num, and then you put cumulative equals cumulative plus series. You know, I think it might be it might be kind of good to start at the end on a lot of these functions. So you put payback equals year plus factor. Okay, and what we're going to do is get out of this year equal or period. Let's call it period. So period equal I minus 1, because we won't get out of it until we're finished. Okay. Then we can say if now. So then we need the factor. And then we can say factor equals series, absolute value of series of, I'm sorry, we need it cumulative. Shit. Okay. We'll say factor equal part 1 plus part 2, part 1 divided by part 1 plus part 2. And we better make absolutely sure that if part 1 plus part 2 doesn't equal 0, then, okay. Now, how do we get part 1 and part 2? That's the only thing. So, if cumulative is greater than 0. Did I spell it right? Is greater than 0. Then we put series part 1 equals series equal absolute value of series of cumulative minus series. Oh shit. We have to get I minus 1, I think. And part 2 equal. No, I think it's just series, isn't it? Just a minute. This was just the series. No, this was the accumulated. We have to get the accumulated from the last. We have to get this one. So we're here. So we take this one minus this one, right? It's minus the current series, excuse me. So we just have to get this one minus, okay, and it's the absolute value of this. Okay, and part 2 is cumulative. And then we put exit 4, and we put end if. And then we're finished. And that's it. Wasn't that bad, was it? Why in the hell they couldn't have put this in? Okay, I'm sure it's not going to work the first time, but okay. Let's try it. I'm being very brave. 9.78. Oh, and it's all right except for one thing. Yes, it's all right. Huh. First time, no damn errors at all. You gotta take a course or something like that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now? Oops, I'm gonna turn off the video and finish this. I can't believe it's right, and then you can put it into any of your other models.